Next, we're gonna watch this. The SpaceX IPO is worse than you think. Okay, what's up with the SpaceX IPO? You know, SpaceX IPO. SpaceX is going for IPO, and let's see what was interesting about this. So it's one of the world most high private company, like SpaceX, right? Everybody know about Elon, and he's finally going public with an enormous valuation. I don't know how much is the valuation, probably at 2-3 trillion or something, close to Google, right? Google is like around 4 trillion or something. So investors arguing whether it's a great opportunity or it's just a bubble.
Elon Musk is preparing the largest initial public offering.
Okay, Elon is preparing some largest IPO in history.
At a $1.75 trillion target valuation, SpaceX would be worth more than every American defense contractor combined, worth more than the market caps of Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Disney, Nike, and Starbucks all put together, and worth more than the top 10 companies on the London Stock Exchange combined.
How much is the valuation? 1.7 trillion?
So if you're wondering who the fuck is buying SpaceX, a company losing $5 billion per year at the largest IPO valuation...
I mean, a lot of companies, they lost a lot of money out front to make the long-term bet, right? Like Amazon, they lose like billions like every year just to do like R&D stuff. So, but it should be a strategic like upfront investment though.
In history, well, the answer is you. Because within a few weeks, your retirement account is going to be one of the biggest buyers of SpaceX stock.
Jesus.
Whether you like it or not. And
they're going to use our retirement account fund to buy SpaceX stock?
That's because NASDAQ quietly...
not our. I don't live in the US, but...
...introduced a brand new rule designed specifically to make that happen. But before we get to the rule, you need to understand why this all matters. Because the only way a nearly $2 trillion valuation makes any sense is if SpaceX is actually the company the public believes it to be. But
yeah, a lot of I mean, in the long term, the stock market is pretty stable. It can't reflect the true value of a company, I would say. But in the short term, there might be some bubble like that might burst.
Makes any sense is if SpaceX is actually the financial company the public believes it to be. But it's not. If you
a lot of companies, they just want to going on the IPO basically means that you turn your private company into a public company, and you kind of like allow like random stranger on the stock market to buy your stock, right? Before you go IPO, before this, you are just a private company, and you can just only your shareholder, your employee, and the founder can own the share. Now everybody can invest in your share. So
10 people on the street,
you have access to a lot of money. So a lot of companies, they kind of try to get IPO and try to, cash out, and the company will just go to shit, right? We heard a lot of
SpaceX sells. Most will say rockets. So some will say Mars stuff, but both are wrong. SpaceX isn't just a rocket company. It's actually 3 businesses stacked on top of each other. And the rocket business isn't even the most important one. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes with this company. And trust me, it gets pretty ugly.
So SpaceX is not only about a rocket?
So let's start there. It's the part of SpaceX that gets the most attention and creates the least value.
The rocket, right?
XAI is mostly known for owning the...
I thought it's going to say like Elon or something.
...social media platform, Twitter.
Grok? Is that Grok?
Sorry, I mean the social media platform X.
X, yeah.
Anyways, it's also the AI lab Elon Musk founded in 2023 to compete with OpenAI and Anthropic. And a few months ago...
Is it really useful? I don't see a lot of people using Grok though. Grok belongs to XAI, right?
SpaceX acquired XAI in an all-stock deal that valued the combined entity at $1.25 trillion.
What the fuck? XAI is worth... It's worth 1.25 trillion? I don't know about that.
With XAI itself.
I think even OpenAI only worth like 800 billion. Around something like that. And OpenAI is a private company. OpenAI is, it only worth like around 700 to 800 billion. Yeah. So.
Accounting for...
Oh, wait. So SpaceX, the valuation of SpaceX is 1 trillion and XAI is 250 billion. So, sure.
250 billion of that. If you're wondering how it's allowed for one of Elon's companies to acquire another one of Elon's companies... The answer is, I have no idea.
I have no idea, and I don't want to know. I don't care.
But it happened. So with a $250 billion
I just want to learn more about the SpaceX
valuation, you'd assume XAI is a financially sound company, right? Or at least close to it. Or at a minimum, that the people who built it still work there. Well, none of those things are true. XAI was founded with 11 co-founders.
11 co-founders, sure.
Researchers and engineers from DeepMind, OpenAI,
Tech nerd,
Google, and the University of...
Is DeepMind still a thing? I haven't heard about DeepMind in a while though. I'm sure they're still pretty. Yeah,
Toronto. It was a true heavyweight team. But by 2025, the company was burning more than $1 billion a month. And by March of this year, every single one of the 11 co-founders had walked out from the company, publicly admitted that XAI had to be rebuilt from the foundation. Social media platform publicly admitted that XAI had to be rebuilt from the foundations up, which is admitted that XAI had to be rebuilt from the foundations up.
Why do XAI has to be rebuilt? Which is not annoying. Okay, sure.
Is the polite way of saying the CEO
cool. Love you,
of SpaceX just paid $250 billion that needs to be rebuilt from
What's up,
scratch.
Bradley? What's up?
And to say that XAI is overvalued would still be a massive understatement. OpenAI generates around $24 billion in
24 billion
revenue annually. And
okay, sure, 24 billion. I think the valuation of OpenAI is around lock in, guys. 700 or something, 700 billion or something. So what's the net profit of OpenAI? If you plus the net profit of the annual net profit of a company, if you times that by 10, right? You can kind of get their market valuation of the company.
Is currently valued at around,
but my PC can store 24 bytes.
$850 billion. While Anthropic generates over $30 billion annually, and
let's finish this video. Learn some finance, guys. Yeah,
is valued around $400 billion.
So they generate. I don't care about revenue, man. 24 billion revenue per year. So their valuation is at 800 B. Maybe OpenAI is like over. You know, it's overvalue maybe. Anthropic 30x, and this one. How much it times it kind of like depend on what kind of company it is, right? If it's a tech company, you get a higher multiplier, like 30 times at 20 times is very normal for the tech company. You know, for the brick and mortar, maybe it's like times 10. That's the maybe times 8. You know, I watch Alex Hormozzi video too sometimes.
$1 billion. But XAI, who estimates $1 billion in revenue, was bought for $250 billion.
What the fuck? Yo, because what the fuck? 250S. I never heard that before. I thought OpenAI is already getting overvalued. So XAI is like, holy fuck, what is it? Times 250x?
So the market is pricing XAI like it's Emirates, but in reality, it's more like Spirit Airlines. I like to look at XAI as the reverse Jerome Powell piece of SpaceX. Instead of printing cash, it burns whatever cash the rest of the business generates. But it's also only one of the 3 businesses inside SpaceX.
Okay, sure.
The other 2 businesses are the ones actually doing the work.
Tesla?
But before we get to the crown jewel...
I mean, is Tesla a standalone company or is it belong to SAI?
Let's start with the one that gives the company its name. This is the part most people picture when they hear the name.
I can't listen to any song because I'll get copyrighted, sorry.
SpaceX. It's the rocket business. It launches things into orbit, satellites for the US government, cargo to the international...
Oh, that's I suppose that's how they make their most money. They're launching satellite for the government. And
space station.
But how... I don't understand how... Try trading. You should trade, not gonna lie. I know a little bit about... I don't want to say I know anything about finance, but you know, I used to like very curious about like entrepreneurship, even child's trade now. So what are you waiting for, man? What the fuck? All the child is waiting, and you tell me you're gonna watch the bedroom movie 2 days later. What the fuck you are doing?
Missions for NASA and a lot of
all the child is trading now, and you're playing Roblox, and I want to play the latest Roblox game. You can't compete, man. Yep, you gotta learn some shit, man.
Of other satellites, which we'll get to in a minute, and the rocket business.
Yeah, I tried trading, but I quit though because I'm not about that life. I'm not, I'm just. There's a big trader called what? TJC. I learned from him. TJR, I think that's his name, right? Yeah. I'm not him, bro.
SpaceX generated roughly $4 billion in revenue last year.
$4 billion revenue in rocket? How the rocket earn that revenue?
Which may sound impressive.
What? Yeah, exactly, bro. Yep. Exactly.
Until you can
W corporate slave.
Compare it to the two.
I'm a 9 to 5 streamer too. You know, a lot of people think like streaming is not a 9 to 5, but streaming is actually a 9 to 5 if you want to be successful. And I can't trade my pocket money.
$1 trillion valuation.
Yeah. You can trade with your wife pocket money, right?
Then it suddenly doesn't sound impressive at all. Especially when you realize the rocket business
SpaceX total revenue
only about a quarter of SpaceX's total revenue last year.
Sure.
So this brings us to the third business. It's the one most people don't think about when they hear the word SpaceX, but it's also the one that investors care about most, and it's the one that's paying the bills for everything else. This is the crown jewel of SpaceX. Starlink is a satellite internet provider. It's the answer to...
internet provider. Holy shit. I think they're building like 6G now. Like 5G is already too old. They got like 7G or 8G or some shit. I don't know.
The question, what if Comcast, but in space?
What is Comcast? I don't even know what's Comcast. Look like a CBC or NBC logo.
Which sounds like the kind of thing a venture capitalist tweets at
Comcast
3 in the morning. Except in this case, Elon actually built it.
Who is the most famous venture capitalist? It's probably Naval Ravikant, right? I think Sharma too. Sharma, I watched a video. Sharma is a early Facebook investor, and he just recently reached a billionaire status, and he used billionaire in his video as clickbait. 400 ringgit. Shut up.
And Starlink launched in beta
what's up?
In 2020, and 6 years later...
I know you're rich, bro. Sorry. Alwin, what's up? What's up, Joshua?
It's the fastest scaling telecom...
Why am I calling you at 2 times? Rockefeller. What's up, Joshi? What's up? We're watching this video about SpaceX IPO, you know?
Human history. There are now more than 10,000 Starlink satellites in Earth's orbit.
The boring finance video.
Each one beaming internet down to a little dish that sits on your roof. The dish points itself at the satellites. The satellites talk to each other. And somehow, this works. Here's what entrepreneurs...
What? How does this work? Wait.
Launched in beta in 2020, and 6 years later, it's the fastest scaling telecom company in human history.
Sure.
There are now more than 10,000 Starlink satellites.
What the fuck? Oh, there's a 10,000 Starlink satellite, and they own like 7? Why is the 6-7 number always came out? SpaceX own like 6-7 of the satellite in orbit?
It's in Earth's orbit.
I could trade. I don't like the word could. What's up, Yoshi?
Each one beaming internet down to a little dish that sits on your roof. The dish points itself at the satellites.
So
the satellites talk to each other.
What's it gonna do?
And somehow
provide Wi-Fi?
This works.
Like 6G or some shit? What's up, Yoshi?
Works. Here's what entrepreneur and podcast host Scott Galloway had to say about Starlink.
What's up, Gazo?
And then the best product, I think, of the last few years has been Starlink.
That's amazing. Oh, okay. This dude is always like, he always like on some, he always talk about the hottest shit at the moment. He know how to get some, got some attention though. I think he talk about the milk crisis during the Red Pill beta, during the Red Pill era or something.
And then the best product, I think.
Imagine Elon putting the American economy in recession with his crappy IPO. I mean, if people really want to dump all their money in the IPO, in the IPO, buying their stock, right? So, and the company go to shit, then they can only blame their own stupidity. So
the last few years has been Starlink.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I just think it's absolute. I've done podcasts from planes. I can talk to my sons on.
By the way, this guy got a really cool name though. Scott Galloway. It's a fucking cool name.
FaceTime. That product is, all airlines are flying the same tin can, same routes, same bad food. A real point of differentiation for them, and also in maritime. I think Starlink is the best tech product. So power to him. When they go public, is SpaceX an amazing company or is it overvalued? The answer is yes.
Okay, sure.
Be true.
You say SpaceX is overvalued.
Same time.
I kind of think so too. because of the whole like Elon facade, right?
Starlink has now
JJ
grown
even
to
cooler.
over 10 million active subscribers in roughly 150 countries.
Keep glazing me. I love it. He said that the Indian economy will go into similar economy miracle as China, but so far nothing has happened. I mean, not really. The Indian economy is the structure of the Indian economy is very different from China, and Indian is just. I mean, I don't want to dive into that, but their how do I say this in English? But it's okay. It's okay. Their industry is very like uneven. They are very good in certain things, but not very good in like other parts. So their economic structure is not as even and as like complete as the China economy structure. This is why they can't grow as fast as they need, right? I mean,
and in
I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but yeah, this is what I understand about it.
2025, Starlink alone brought in $11.4 billion
$11.4 billion
in revenue, which is roughly 61% of SpaceX's total revenue for the year.
Okay, sure. Really? Oh, Starlink is the holy shit. Starlink is the money making golden goose for the SpaceX apparently.
But Starlink's ability to generate revenue isn't even the
61 billion.
Most impressive part.
Woo!
It's the efficiency underneath that revenue which blows my mind.
Yeah.
2 years ago, Starlink's profit margins were about 41%.
41%? What's the net profit? I don't care about profit margin.
This year, it's now...
Is it? I will assume the net profit is around maybe 20%. That's crazy, man.
63%.
100 in US dollar.
Which means...
Yeah, but our currency is rising, so yeah, we should feel good about it, you know. Yeah.
Means Starlink
I keep getting distracted.
Over 20.
Do you know what's the date for this weekend? What's the date for this weekend? 6/7. Shut the fuck up.
41%. This year,
I'm trying to focus. I'm getting lost here. I'm trying to use my brain power here to understand what's happening.
63%. Which means Starlink added over 20 points in margin expansion in just 2 years. So yeah, the margins aren't just good, they're also accelerating. And Starlink isn't just for consumer internet either. There's a maritime version that ships and yachts use.
Guys, is this video sponsored by Starlink? Is it trying to ask her to, you know? Yeah, buy the stock of like SpaceX because Starlink is just so good.
Aviation version that commercial airlines have started to roll out, and a classified defense version called Starshield with contracts at the National Reconnaissance Office and the Pentagon. So this is the real SpaceX. It's a satellite internet provider that prints cash, a rocket business that's doing pretty good, but is valued like it's already colonized Mars. And after the February merger, an AI lab that lights roughly $1 billion a month on fire.
AI lab? Okay, sure. I think a lot of people are using a lab. Yeah, I do use lab more.
And
I don't even know why I'm here.
In 2025, Starlink and
I also don't know why you're here.
The rocket business brought in roughly $8 billion in profit.
$8 billion in profit?
Which sounds great, until you remember XAI showed up to ruin the party. Because the consolidated company of SpaceX, which also now includes XAI, ended up losing nearly $5 billion last year on roughly $18.5 billion.
What the fuck? SpaceX lost how many? 5 billion in out of that 20 billion? That's nothing. They still got like 15 billion, right?
Last year on roughly $18.5 billion in revenue. So let's go back to the question from earlier.
I'm getting
Who the fuck is buying SpaceX at a $1.75 trillion valuation?
1.575 trillion. Maybe Elon fans or some shit? Yeah. Some space fan?
And our
Republican?
Our answer to this question from earlier still stands. It's you. And this is where the real story for the SpaceX IPO actually is. I
mean, it's okay to believe in a company, but we don't want to have like wishful thinking. It's the wishful thinking that think that the company is going to be perfect and they're not going to suffer like any loss. But I think the truth is always lie in the net profit of the company. And you can go to ChatGPT right now and you can type in what is the net profit of a company in like last year or something. I think the net profit of Google last year is around 30 or 40 billion. I would say it is a good anchor to kind of determine the true value of a company. So if the company is like keep losing money and they keep telling you that, oh, we are just burning money to do an R&D, right? And we're gonna make money one day, but they don't have that previous track record of like making good money, then I think it's dangerous to invest in that kind of company. So
it's not about rockets. It's not about
that's just my take, right? I don't know anything about the stock market. I'm just speculating.
Magic satellites in space. It's about the financial system changing the rules right before the biggest IPO in market history. Because on May 1st of this year,
I think Apple is the company that's like different from all the big tech company. Apple is the only company that's like actually printing cash though. That's just from what I know, right? A lot of companies, they'll spend a lot of money on their R&D and stuff. Like Meta actually have like 1.7 trillion market valuation. So what's up?
NASDAQ adopted something called the fast entry rule. And with SpaceX reportedly targeting a June date for their initial public...
Apple kind of look like a tech company on the surface, but Apple now is pretty... I feel like Apple is more corporate now. And yeah. So I don't know how to describe Apple, but they are not deep into innovation that much nowadays because after that Steve Jobs passed away, right? So,
public offering, the timing for this new rule is extremely convenient.
Tim Cook is not as good as an innovator than Steve Jobs. Is Apple military company like Samsung? Samsung is just different. Samsung, I can't describe what Samsung is. Samsung is like bigger than not North Korea. Samsung is definitely bigger than North Korea though. I think Samsung is probably bigger than South Korea, but I don't know if it's bigger than North Korea. So Samsung is like a country. It's not even a company anymore. I don't want Elon to be a trillionaire. Consider how much he donate to political parties. I mean, come on, Joshi. Every billionaire. I mean, most of the billionaires they are lobbying, and America they heavily their politics is heavily pursued by the lobbyists too. So everything is connected. The billionaire they can support whatever they want to support. I think that's more right leaning billionaire than left leaning billionaire. So Republican tend to be richer than Democratic. So that's what I thought. Okay, that's just my personal opinion, right? Samsung better than Apple, really? Oh no, Apple is better. Yeah, I'm using 15 Pro Max. Yeah, you are poor if you use Samsung. Don't talk to me.
But before we get into how we've quietly changed
Samsung round South Korea, yes, exactly, Gazo. Now we are talking. Yep. Samsung is bigger than South Korea. Samsung is just different.
Rules to roll out the red carpet for SpaceX.
Like the daughter of the founder of Samsung, right? She's like a princess of a king of a nation.
A quick pause, because this video is sponsored by Whisperflow. Whisperflow is voiced
sure.
Flow actually leads. The NASDAQ 100 is the gold standard for technology and growth companies.
NASDAQ 100.
It's not only a badge of honor for companies to be included in it, but there's more than 200 investment products with over...
If I want to invest in the stock market, yeah, NASDAQ is an okay choice too, but I prefer like S&P 500, right? I'm a boring person. Like if I invest in crypto, it's gonna be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that's it. I used to think that Litecoin is pretty cool too, but fuck no now.
For $600 billion.
America runs Korea before Samsung. America run everything.
And assets that track the index.
This is why I want to move to US too. I'm a whitewash. I'm the most whitewashed Malaysian you've ever seen though.
Which means once you're included in the index, it basically forces every investment fund that follows the index to automatically buy your stock, which translates to billions of dollars of investment capital. It's not only a badge of honor for companies to be included in it, but there's more than 200 investment products with over $600 billion in assets.
200 investment product with over 600 billion in asset under management globally. The company said Monday. Jesus.
That track the index, that's a lot which means once you're included in the index,
Israel run America.
It basically forces...
Israel. Oh shit, yeah, we're getting political. I'm not a political streamer. Shit, yeah, we shouldn't talk about Samsung at the first place. What the fuck? Holy fuck. Wholesome made a good video on why Tim Cook is a great CEO. You should watch it next. why Tim Cook is a good CEO. Okay, I'll take a suggestion, but I'll probably watch it in the future. So stay tuned. I'm gonna react to all kinds of video in the future. Some finance stuff sometime too. Tim Cook is a I would say Tim Cook is a very stable CEO, but he don't have the founder spirit though. After the original founder of the company kind of leave the company, right? The company changed forever. It's just like after like Jack Dorsey leave like Twitter changed forever, right? Is Jack Dorsey still not Jack Dorsey, sorry. Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is a okay, it's a YouTuber. So kind of the company kind of changed, right? The founder DNA is not there already. So it's always gonna be different when the founder always run the company. It's like Mark Zuckerberg is still running Meta, which is I think is good for Meta, and the company will still have the same culture. Like, okay, my bad.
Every investment fund that
no problem. Sometimes we can be a little bit political, but don't go too deep though. I'm offense people.
Follows the index to automatically buy your stock, which translates to billions of dollars of investment capital. And under the old rules, a newly listed company had to wait at least 3 months before it could be added to the NASDAQ.
I mean, Apple changed forever after like Steve Jobs died, right? Continuing my point, but Tim Cook is a good, like, how do I say it? He's a good COO. He's a decent CEO too. He's a decent CEO, but I wouldn't. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't want to talk in hypothetical. So maybe in the alternative universe where Steve Jobs is still running Apple can be much bigger, but Apple is actually printing cash now. Apple is like a bank now.
100 index. That waiting period.
Malaysian hate Israel. Okay, yeah, okay. Chill down. Don't be
existed
political,
for
okay?
a reason. It gave them.
Don't say that, bro.
Market
I'm gonna time you out though if you say that. Yeah.
Actual price before passive index funds were forced to buy in.
Yep. But because I don't hate Israel. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate Iran though. I'm neutral. You know, I'm a fake person. I'm neutral.
New fast entry rule cuts that waiting period from 3 months to just 15 trading days.
Yeah.
It's 3 months of price discovery compressed into 3 weeks.
No political
which speeds up the process for SpaceX to get that
automatic. Talk about politics, we're gonna argue.
Demand coming in. But this isn't even the change that matters most, because there was also 2 other rule changes. There also used to be a minimum free float requirement to join the NASDAQ 100.
Yep.
A company needed at least 10% of its shares actually available for the public to buy and sell. SpaceX is targeting a free float of 4 to 5%. Under the old rules, they wouldn't qualify. Under the new rules, that minimum is gone, and SpaceX suddenly qualifies. And then there's also
wait, sorry, I kind of miss it. Let me sorry guys.
Dollars of investment can be added. And under the old rules, a newly listed company had to wait at least 3 months before it could be added to the NASDAQ 100.
3 months? I think if your company just exploded and you're Elon, right? If you're probably exception to the rule, right? What kind of company can just reach a 1.7 trillion value after you go IPO for a while? After you went IPO for a while? Went public for a while, sorry. So they, I mean, SpaceX can probably break this rule and just get listed in NASDAQ 100
index. That waiting period existed for a reason.
What's up?
It gave
what's up, best friend?
The market time to discover the
TikTok account
actual price.
Why are you talking with what the fuck? Yo, Legacy, now you sound like a pedophile, bro. You're pushing 50 and you're talking to an 8 years old. You're talking with an 8 years old.
Where passive index funds were forced to buy in. But the new fast entry rule cuts that waiting period from 3 months to just 15 trading days.
15 trading? Wait. Sorry guys, I keep getting distracted by my chat.
100 index. That waiting period existed for a reason. It gave the market time to discover the actual price before passive index
3 months, right?
Funds were forced to buy.
But the thing is, the stock market in some instance kind of reflect our trust towards that a certain company, towards a certain founder too. Behind a company, companies means a group of people, right? Fundamentally. So sometimes we buy the company because we love the founder. You know, we love what they're doing and we believe in that. There might be some visual thinking that's like going inside that cause some bubble and stuff, and people might make some wrong decision. But if you read this one book called The Intelligent Investor, That's a mental Warren Buffett I'm talking about. And he talked about this. The market is generally like pretty rational. But sometimes the market is irrational. But generally in the long term, the market is a weighing machine. Yep. Why should any company be given special treatment? It's Elon. Come on. This world is not equal, and Elon is going to the White House and just, put his son on his shoulder and just trolling and having fun with the president of the United States, right? We are kind of living in the stimulation. So anything is possible and nothing is surprising anymore. And if you're rich enough, you can break every single rule. I mean, not every single rule, but a lot of rule is made by the rich and powerful people. So, yep, special treatment is everywhere in this world. It's an old thing. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's outlaw. What the fuck? Yeah, you're 50 years old. Holy shit. Who the fuck still outlaw? It's a failed Microsoft project.
Buy-in. But the new fast entry rule cuts that waiting period from 3 months to just 15
trading days.
It's 3 months of price discovery compressed into 3 weeks, which speeds up the process for SpaceX to get that automatic demand coming in. But this isn't even the change that matters most, because there was also 2 other rule changes. There also used to be a minimum free float requirement. To join the NASDAQ 100. A company needed at least 10% of its shares actually available for the public to buy and sell.
Okay, this is did the SpaceX didn't kind of like at least like make 10% of their share available to sell in the public?
SpaceX is targeting a free float of 4 to 5%.
Holy fuck. I'm sure this is because Elon want to maintain more power in the company. Is it legal? Is it legal to only like when IPO but only sell like only make your like 4 to 5% of your share available for sale?
Under the old rules, they wouldn't qualify. Under the new rules, that minimum is gone.
Oh, this is why I always believe that the rules are made by the rich and powerful people. And, so it's technically it's not the, like Elon talked about this, right? That's this one quote that I always remember. And I think it's really factual though. Like physics is law and everything is a recommendation. And, yep.
And SpaceX suddenly qualified.
So I just changed my YouTube name.
And then there's also the new hidden multiplier. This one is the hardest to wrap my head around. Because buried in the technical language of the new rules is a...
So basically SpaceX break all the rule and just...
hidden multiplier.
Attract a lot of hype.
Companies with a free float under 20%, NASDAQ now treats the float as 3 times bigger than it actually is.
Okay, sure.
Meaning a 4% float gets weighted as if it were 12%. A 5% float gets weighted as if it were 15%.
I don't know how this works, but whatever.
Here's what all this
they kind of changed the rule.
Basically means. We've bent the rules and rolled out the red carpet for SpaceX. We've changed the listing requirements so that SpaceX can join the index.
Oh shit.
With just 5% of the company actually trading.
I guess when you're a trillionaire, you can do anything. Yeah.
Trading publicly. A float level that would have been an automatic disqualification 6 months ago. We've changed the price discovery timeline.
Oh shit.
So that SpaceX skips the standard 3-month seasoning and gets dropped into the index just 15 trading days after going public.
15 trading days? According to the rule.
And we've changed
how many days it require. I can't forget about it.
Changed the weighting rules so that ETFs are now legally required.
What the fuck? Legacy, why you pushing kid to do things that you don't want to? Later you're gonna cry, man. You're gonna blame me. You're gonna leave my stream, bro. That's the worst.
Required to treat SpaceX's float as if it were 3 times larger than it actually is, meaning we've built manufactured demand.
Who's that on Reddit?
And this is all unfolding right now.
Reddit?
But it's not just SpaceX.
You're still using Reddit?
OpenAI and Anthropic are both reportedly eyeing their own public listings this year, and both will almost certainly list with the same configuration the new rules were quietly tailored for. Meaning the NASDAQ didn't rewrite the rules for one company. It rewrote them for a class of companies.
A class of privileged company? Like maybe, I don't know, if OpenAI want to go public? I'm still genuinely surprised that OpenAI is still didn't go public yet. But that's perk in being a private company too. I can't think of a super big company that's private besides like OpenAI. That has over like 500 billion like valuation. Yeah.
And SpaceX was just
now you're twisting your language. Yeah, you're playing the adult game.
the first in line.
I hate you.
So NASDAQ cleared the runway for SpaceX. The question now is who actually gets on the plane, which brings us to the retail allocation part of the listing.
Allocation.
Because while most initial public offerings allocate 5 to 10% of the offering to retail investors, SpaceX is targeting 30%. And Brett Johnson.
What is retail allocation?
SpaceX.
Wait.
The question now is who actually gets on the plane, which brings us to the retail allocation part of the listing. Because while most initial public offerings allocate 5 to 10% of the offering to retail investors, SpaceX is targeting 30%.
Oh, in the Chinese we call it 散户, right? 散户. So how much
5 to 10% of the offering to retail investors, SpaceX is targeting 30%.
30% available to the stock market. That means it's a good thing for the normal people who want to invest in the stock, right?
And Brett Johnson, the CFO of SpaceX, told a room full of bankers on the record that
what's up?
Retail is going to be a critical part of the IPO and bigger than any IPO in history because, in his words, retail buyers have been incredibly supportive of us and of Elon.
Yep. I'm not surprised. Most people like Elon,
for a long time.
Contrary to popular belief, right?
And we want to make sure that we recognize that. Translated out of corporate speak,
there's a lot of rich people, but there's a lot of billionaire, but not all billionaire get a lot of attention like Elon. There's this one billionaire called what's his name? He's a founder of Oracle, but his I can't remember his Larry Page. No, Larry Page. I can't remember his name though. Fuck, Larry Ellison. Yeah, I think that's his name though. He's like an invisible billionaire that don't get a lot of attention. They can't leave him Elon. What the fuck?
CFO of SpaceX.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. That's actually not a bad dad joke, but it's still like a dad joke. Yeah, you're old.
X told a room of bankers that the largest initial public offering in history is going to dump 30% of its supply.
Larry Fink is a BlackRock CEO, right? Okay, cool.
On retail buyers,
right, and not cool. BlackRock or Blackstone, whatever. What I know they are worth $1 trillion or some shit.
Because retail,
they're using the pension money of the American and use it to invest in Fortune 500 company. And I wouldn't say that's a bad move though, but still it's kind of like a bossy move. Yep.
Buyers help with price stability, not because they
BlackRock kind of own a lot of private equity firm, and private equity kind of own this world, right? Larry Fink, whatever.
Help with long-term shareholder alignment because they're loyal to Elon. You
guys know what I'm talking about.
And that's how this story unfolds. The buyers and sellers of
Larry Fink don't get a lot of attention too. Larry Fink is also an invisible billionaire. Yeah, people are kind of forced to buy this IPO from their retirement account. That's the whole like BlackRock story, right?
SpaceX don't show up at the same time. The buyers are.
The government will make the best decision for their people, and I think the Fortune 500 companies is what drive America. Is what drive the economy, So the market is always gonna be about monopolized in the long term. It's gonna get monopolized in the long term. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I lost my train of thought. So I think the government is thinking they are doing the best for the people by using their pension money to buy the best stock and to invest in the best stock and the best people that they believe in. They will they'll push humanity forward. So, but this is a controversial thing to talk about, though.
Forced in early. The sellers are unlocked later. Shares move from insiders, sitting on a low cost.
Because the government want to make their old citizen rich in the long term too, right? Epstein don't want Elon on his island. Elon got bad reputation. What the fuck? Yeah, if Epstein don't want you on his island, then it's a good thing, right? It's not a bad thing. Yep. Imagine you get hated by let's say who? Jim Jones or
basis to passive funds and retail.
Next video.
Whose retirement accounts absorb them.
I haven't finished this.
Valuation.
One more minute,
Portfolio
guys.
manager George Noble said it best. Your 401k is the exit liquidity.
Oh shit. Your 401k is the exit liquidity?
Because if you have any sort of retirement account holding US stock index funds, then within a few weeks of the SpaceX listing, you're going to own some stock, and you won't have a vote on it. You won't.
What the fuck? The people won't have a vote on it? Oh, that's kind of weird.
Have a choice in it. The mechanics of passive investing will just buy it for you.
Passive investing, because the government, they just love Elon that much. They just trust Elon that much. Like he's basically a god that can't make mistake. So
here's the corrected version of SpaceX.
Elon asked to go but got rejected. What the fuck? 1 minute, man. Be patient. Elon asked to go and got rejected. Really? Oh shit. Elon probably went to a ladies party. I'm just kidding. Elon, don't sue me, you know? If you sue me, it's not a bad thing to me, right? Free publicity. Malaysian forest city is getting popular again as a field-goal city by foreigner. What a native Malaysian thought on that city. Actually, holy shit. Talking about the foreign city, right? It's a gold city, but it's just a marketing. They just use it to make content. A lot of YouTubers, they kind of like, kind of hype up this whole like gold city stuff. But it's just a normal like abandoned building that's everywhere in Malaysia. Like I think there's an oversupply of like apartment and condominium in Malaysia, and that's just one of them, which is like hyper huge, right? And there's this one other building called Empire City to kind of remind me of the forest city in Johor Bahru.
Mashup of three businesses that combined lost $5 billion last year, listing at the
bad. We gotta finish this shit.
Largest IPO value.
How do you know I'm from Malaysia? Is my accent that obvious?
In human history, and we're all going to be buyers within a few weeks because of manufactured demand. And there's a reason traditional financial media isn't covering it this way. It isn't clickable because SpaceX to go public at a nearly $2 trillion valuation is a headline. But NASDAQ quietly rewrote its
I'm the most whitewashed Malaysian you ever know.
Weighting methodology to engineer passive fund demand for an unprofitable company. Well, that doesn't quite roll off the tongue as smooth. Okay, so if you want to actually better understand what's happening in finance and economics.
Okay, cool. Thank you. This is a fun video to watch. Yeah. Let's see. Let's read the comment. Anything interesting? The notion that it's impossible to make a compelling headline out of the rule will just secretly change to scam you directly is ridiculous. Okay, because this casually finance, this channel, they want to get sued by Elon, right? They got another channel called Casually Explained. Okay, read that.